Hey now, it's another Friday, I want to say work week over, but I got to go back to work tomorrow. So we're going to try and hit a couple Hall of Famers and drop them during the week like I've done in the past few weeks. So we're going to start off today with Jake Beckley, and I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. Jake Beckley is a 19th century baseball, I'll say Hall of Famer, even though he wasn't elected to the 1970s. He played most of his career in the 1800s, and that's where he became famous. So, because he played so early and he died, I believe, in 1917, there was a lot of talk about what his autograph even looked like, let alone if anyone actually owned one. So, for the longest time, I'm going to show you what one looked like and then what his autograph really looks like. Now, obviously, I don't have any. He's one of the 50 Hall of Famers missing in my collection. He's that rare. It's probably 3 or 4 at most out in the public. I've never seen one offered. Well, maybe I have. We'll take a look in a second. But let's take a look at his autograph real quickly here. So, share my screen. So you can see right here this J/Beckley with the underline underneath it. So for the longest time, these cuts, and I use obviously this is why I hate cuts. This was accepted as a real Beckley autograph. Even one of my books says this may be real, it's questionable. And the book I looked at was from 2011. I just took a look, and it said, yeah, this may be a Jake Beckley autograph, but we are now certain that this for sure is not a Jake Beckley autograph. So not that you have one of these in your collection, but if you did, you could toss it out with tomorrow's trash. None of the major TPAs will autograph this now because it's no longer real. What a real Jake Beckley autograph looks like, and this I took when I visited the Hall of Fame back in 2018. They have a very famous scrapbook called the Jackman Brothers Scrapbook. And what happens, the Jackman Brothers spent like 4 years in Pittsburgh gathering autographs of a lot of the, not just great players, all the players during this time. And Jake Beckley, as you could see right here, signed this autograph July 18th, 2000, 1913. And you can see, like all other autographs, it says J.P. Beckley. There's no J, there's no underline. So almost all autographs that are known to exist of him are signed like this J.P. Beckley. So we can look at PSA autograph database here. And they only have 2. Now, this Mark Twain Hotel is what you're going to see a lot of the autographs based on because he was manager of this hotel in Hannibal, Missouri, obviously made famous by Mark Twain, Hannibal, Missouri. So the letters you see are from the Mark Twain Hotel. So you can see right here. And again, this is in the PSA database. And the spelling, the wording is right for Jake Beckley. It's very unpronounced, very small. As you can see, it's tough to read. So this is good. You just see the J.P. Beckley, nice and smooth. I'm not going to go too much into his autograph because that being said, if you have his autograph, that's wow, good for you. This is another one on PSA's database from the Cincinnati Exhibition Company. Now, there's a lot of talk whether or not this is real. There's a talk that this autograph isn't real because of the fact that, again, this was it's all filled out in fountain pen, but signed in pencil. And PSA, we'll get to it one day, but there's like John Ward autographs, Eddie Plank autographs, where are endorsed in pencil, look nothing close to what it should be. And this autograph, to be honest, it looks fairly shaky, especially compared to what his autograph should look like. So the K looks a little off. It's like L-E. It looks like they spelled the last name wrong. So who knows if this is good or not? I know the fact that Ron thinks it's no good. I mean, you can see right here the J is much more in than compared to this one. Now, another one to look at is this right here. This was sold in 2018 by Robert Edwards Auctions. And the wording, the lettering, let me pull this back up here. There's no question 3 different TPAs signed off it was good. But I talked to one of the head TPAs, and he told me that they signed off on the wording, but there is actually, I don't know if I can bring it anymore. Yeah, not much. There is actual doubt about whether or not this is a real Beckley autograph or not. As you can see, this came from the Mark Twain Hotel. Someone put this together with a real T206 card. So, and again, it sold for $10,200 total, which to me, honestly, is not that much for an authentic Beckley autograph. So, I mean, if you won this, congratulations. For sure, you got his writing. I think you got his autograph. I think it's good, but no one knows 100%. There is one more autograph out there of Beckley, and it was sold. It was from the Halper collection. It was, God, if I could or own any piece of autographed memorabilia known to exist ever, it would be this hotel ledger from like the 1800s. I last changed hands. There's a good history about it. I don't know for like, I know it was well over $100,000, maybe over $250,000, and it had the names of like Delahante, Thompson, Beckley, Connor, all the really tough, great stars of that time period signed this ledger. And I wish I had pictures. Unfortunately, I don't. So again, we're talking, you just saw 3, maybe 4 of the 5 known autographs of Beckley in existence. If you're holding another one of him, and honestly, if you're watching this, I doubt you are. I'm sure you've already had it authenticated. He's that tough of a name. You're not going to see a signed picture. He, like I said, died in 1917. There's no signed baseballs out there or anything like that. If you have, you can toss them just like a regular baseball. So that's about it with Jake Beckley. Now, before I go alphabetically, next would be Cool Papa Bell. Unfortunately, I skipped the great Harold Baines. So I do want to go back. I do want to cover probably one of the worst signatures in the Hall of Fame, Harold Baines. That will be the next video. So if you can, like, subscribe if you haven't, and as always, keep collecting.